Hello YouTube, my name is Yes, and welcome back to another Can They Be DLC episode 12. Obviously still a little bit sick. Last episode we covered Wonder Red and the Wonderful 101. This episode we're going to be going over a duo of Jesus, why did my brain stop there? Of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, mostly because they were both Naughty Dog franchises that are now owned by Activision. So, yeah, are they likely, are they not likely? Let's discuss it. I don't know what this intro is, but let's get on with it before I have a brain aneurysm. Again, because of my own sheer stupidity. But anyway, obviously this video is also going to be much like the Wonderful 101 one, Jesus, where it's going to go by quicker because I'm still sick. Oh God, that was a powerful one. So let's do this quickly. So Spyro and Crash, which one of them or both can they be DLC? Well, here's the thing. Before the game came out, I would have said that Crash Bandicoot was a Pokemon. The medication's getting to me. I know I'm saying that Crash Bandicoot is a Pokemon. I mean, it could have been a Pokemon. They could design a Pokemon after a Bandicoot, but that's beside the point. I would have said, again, Crash Bandicoot would most likely be a character that was going to come out for this, would be in the game, one of the big announcements. Why? The trilogy was a thing. The trilogy was a thing that was coming to Switch last year. I mean, it's been almost a year since the trilogy launched. Actually, it's been over a year since the trilogy was announced for Switch, and almost a year since it came out. So the time period was somewhat correct. The Sony deal was signed. The Sony deal for the trilogy was signed with Activision when the development of the game began, or the development of the trilogy, which, given that it was 3 games being completely remastered, that was what, like 2015, 2014 when the game started development to come out in 2017. Seems about right. So it could have been possible that immediately they knew when they were going to be putting out Crash Bandicoot, or the Crash Insane Trilogy, both on PS4 and on other systems, including the Nintendo Switch. And Crash does have a game, and at the time I thought maybe it's a possibility that he will be in the game. Now, as DLC approaches, Spyro, I never thought it was going to be in the main roster, I think. I had a slightly chance, like very little, but Crash was always going to be winning out on that. And now that the DLC, not the DLC is fast approaching, we should be getting news of Joker any day now. I mean, today's the 31st. Literally tomorrow is the 1st of April, when we're, or not, where we're allegedly gonna, not allegedly, it's been said by Nintendo multiple times that we're gonna be getting Joker in, in April, not tomorrow. So we should be hearing about Joker any day now. It should be launching any day now. Heck, I wouldn't be shocked if you launched today from out of nowhere, because that's what Nintendo does. That's what they did with Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant came out from out of nowhere, was released on the last day of February, and we didn't even know it was happening. Oh no, the last day of January. That was it. Jesus. But now with the DLC out, which one of them has a bigger chance, Spyro or Crash? Well, here's the thing. Both of them, here's the thing. Crash had a game last year, and it's having a game this year. Crash Nitro, Crash Team Racing Remastered. I don't think it's Nitro. I just think it's remastered. I could be wrong about the name. Probably am. But the game's coming out in July, if I'm not mistaken. So it would fit in with an E3 announcement, should this be the E3 character. There's a lot of characters that could be E3 characters. And that will be the second game on the Switch for a Crash, the Team Racing one. It had games on the GBA, it had games on the Wii, so it is an established franchise on Nintendo systems. It's not like a remote chance. Obviously it's more associated with PlayStation, but so is Cloud, so is Solid Snake, and they're in Smash. Not only that, like, Sony could have had both Cloud and Crash and Spyro could have all been in PlayStation Battles, All-Stars Battle Royale, but let's just say companies most likely that could have their character in Smash chose not to take the risk and put them in PlayStation All-Stars. Obviously that's speculation on my behalf, but come on. You're telling me that Sony, and it's either that or Sony was dumb enough not to, you know, think about going after Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon and Cloud Strife for PlayStation All-Stars. That would be, I mean, Sony has made some pretty dumb mistakes, especially during that time period, not 2011 or 2010 or 2009 when the game began development, but still, at that point in time they were making a comeback, so it would be pretty dumb of them not to go for any of these three characters, unless they were rejected. I mean, they probably got rejected on the Snake thing, which would be weird, but I could also see it because the game at the time was Brawl, the Smash game, so let's not get into that. But when it comes to Spyro, let's smoothly move on to Spyro. Spyro is a weird one. Like, a year ago, I probably would have said, like at this point in time a year ago, I probably would have said Spyro might come as DLC if Crash was in the main game, or because like it would make sense. Like, Spyro is an iconic character. He has been on Nintendo consoles. He was a part of, for better or for worse, the Skylanders franchise. So it could very well be it. Like, the for better or for worse, Skylanders was a bigger franchise than Spyro. I think I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was. It made, I mean, even if it didn't sell as much, it made more money because it like it was $1 billion franchise within a couple of years after being released. Obviously, mostly because of the toys, but still, it was a $1 billion franchise, so that's worth a lot. Jesus. But now, and Spyro at this point in time, by this point in time, we were hearing rumblings of the Spyro collection. We were starting to hear about, like, there might be a Spyro trilogy in the works. And then E3 happened, and it was announced at E3. I think it was announced. No, it was announced before. It was leaked before E3. Got a proper reveal, I believe, at E3. Could be wrong. I think I am. I think I'm very wrong on that. But anyway, it was announced between now and E3 last year. And even at the time, most people, myself included, like, but it's going to be announced for the Switch, like, at E3, after E3, in the Direct in September, in the summer. Maybe it's going to be announced later on for the Switch, like it comes out for the PS4 and Xbox One and then for the Switch, mostly because even Nintendo's website linked, or not linked it, leaked it, not linked it, leaked it, okay. I'm dumb sometimes, but they leaked it. On the Nintendo website, it showed the Reignited trilogy, so we, like, again, last year I probably would have said Crash is the main roster character, main game character. Spyro probably DLC. As of right now, I don't think either will be, but if one of them had to be it, would be Crash. Like, 2 games on the Switch, Spyro is undetermined. Crash right now is also the more popular of the 2 because the Insane Trilogy sold 10 million. It's getting another remake, so that helps just a little bit on the case. And Spyro, we haven't heard anything since the games came out in November, I think, last year. November, October, I think it was November. Last year we haven't heard anything about a Switch version. Maybe in an upcoming Direct, maybe at E3 we'll hear about it coming to Switch. But it seems unlikely for Spyro to be in Smash. It was already unlikely. It was already, like, of the 2, the more unlikely one. Now, like, no announcements, no confirmations, no deconfirmations as well, but, like, nothing from Spyro on the Switch makes it more difficult for the character to be integrated. Crash, here's the thing. Another time, like, if Smash Ultimate had come out in 2017 and 2018 was the DLC of the first season, I think Crash would have been probably a shoo-in, just because of, like, timing. Like, the Insane Trilogy was right there. Now it's a little bit more difficult for him to get in, again because of timing. Like, we have Joker coming out, which I still believe Persona 5 is coming to Switch. We're gonna hear it most likely probably in a Nintendo Direct, because Nintendo likes to announce their own stuff. Maybe it won't be the Royal, but it would be like, it's the same thing but called Switch Edition. Persona always has had a portable version, and although the Switch is not fully portable, it's more portable than the PS4. So they most likely will port it to the Switch, especially now with Joker and Smash, and I think that Nintendo will like to announce stuff. And I think we have other things like now this budding friendship with Microsoft, the fact that Nintendo and maybe Square Enix maybe realized that they put their eggs in the wrong basket with the Dragon Quest franchise, because the IP has not grown a whole lot since they made practically the shift to PS4, with Heroes and 11 and all that stuff came out for the PS4. Obviously a lot of them with the Nintendo systems day to date, basically, with the 3DS version of 11 and Builders getting a Switch version, both 1 and 2, but 1 came out later. Same thing with Heroes 1 and 2, I mean the PS4 and the Switch version. Like, it seems like maybe they felt, and then like Dragon Quest 11 was exclusive to the PS4 in the West. I believe PC, it came out for PC, but on console was exclusive. And now obviously that will take 2 spots away, like Joker and probably Herdrick. We've heard about it. It's probably what's happening. We should be probably like the guy from Nintendo teasing it even. So that's 2 spots basically already confirmed on what it is. Then you have Microsoft, which, for better or for worse, they're going to get a character, most likely, and I hope it is Banjo and Kazooie, because of the characters that Microsoft has, it's really only 2, I think. There's 3 possibilities, and only 2 of them I feel like are appropriate, and I hope it's Banjo and Kazooie. I'll be hype as hell if it is Master Chief. I'll be depressed as fuck if it is Minecraft Steve. So yeah, that's 3 spots. The other 2 spots are the tough ones to get, because there's a lot of characters that could be in, and a lot of things in the background that we don't know. Like, will it be not a Dragon Quest, a Fire Emblem character? Would it be a new IP? Astral Chain, for example, could get a character for all we know. Like a remaster, would like them remastering like Tokyo Mirage Sessions or 101 give them a character? There's a lot of uncertainties. Like, we have basically 2 confirmed spots. Even then, the second confirmed spot is a little iffy. I mean, we'll probably hear about it sooner or later, but, well, practically. I would be a betting boy in saying that we probably will exit the month of April with another character announcement. And I think that's what they're going to be doing, is announce a character 2 months in advance, and then on the month of its release they give us like in the direct like a little brief synopsis of the character, and maybe with game modes and stuff coming out, like we're hearing about with Joker allegedly 3.0 is coming in with home run contest and stage builder. So maybe that's what we're going to be doing, like big updates come with stuff, extra stuff outside of the character. So that's what they're called, would be like, here's a character, here's what the character does, here's the game modes, maybe Echoes. I don't know. I still hope the Echoes we'll be seeing more Echoes within the near future with updates, and then hopefully like either cheap or free for people that don't like, people that either bought the online or bought the Fighters Pass or something. And I think like you cannot really get away with like asking for too much money on Echoes, since they're sure they still take work, but that's still not really too much, like not compared to like a big character. Say like Joker, for example. It's like Dixie Kong, if she's an Echo, she's not going to take as much work as Dixie Kong as a full-blown character. But anyway, that was I was gonna say is that I think that's gonna be the point. Like they announced like a direct. Let's say that there's a direct this month. What I would wager them to do would be, here's Joker, here's gameplay of Joker, here's the art of Joker, here's the stage, the music, maybe some spirits, maybe some assist trophies or 1 or 2. Here's some costumes from Persona. Oh, speaking of costumes, here's more costumes. and then like transition like, oh, here's some new game modes, and like, oh, speaking of game modes, you know what you play with what you utilize to play in game modes? Characters. You want to talk about characters? Some characters have echoes. Here's some echoes. That is a big segue and like a big jump, but still. And then at the end of the direct, like, oh, by the way, Joker and these echoes and these game modes and all this stuff launches later today. Oh, and by the way, here's what's coming like in 2 months, and then they announce a character, and I think that's probably what they're gonna be doing for things, just to keep Smash Ultimate going and more interesting, and like fine-tune the little things that people had problems with Ultimate. So I guess that'll be it for this part of the video, which was really rambling, especially in this second half. So let's go over for the comments, starting with Ganon Tice. What if we get a retro character as DLC? I would like to see Mach Rider, Donkey Kong Jr., and Bubbles from Clue Land. I could see a DLC retro character if somehow, someway they're like revamping that series. Yeah, they're bringing like for a port or a remake, because like if it was base game or Sakurai making it, choosing the DLC or like a bonus character, I could see it. Like if we do get more, like 16 more, I think that's the thing. I haven't still seen it. If it's 16 more, then like we're gonna most likely see like 3 sets of 5 and then 1 extra character. So if that extra character, or it could be Echoes for all we know, if that extra character is like a freebie, for like, oh, you bought the DLC of Season 1 or Season 2 or whatever, here's a bonus for playing it or buying it for free. And then, yeah, you could see it like happening like Piranha Plant, or like the Ice Climbers were in Melee, like retro, like Sakurai choosing like, well, let's put more characters in. Since it's Nintendo, unless it's for like, let's say, like Mike from Star Tropics. If they're remaking Star Tropics, then yeah, I could see that being a thing. Like, okay, we have the people, we have the time, here you go, take it. It's Mike from Star Tropics in Smash, and oh, by the way, Star Tropics is coming to Switch in an HD port or a sequel, or like Kid Icarus basically. But yeah, I don't think they would. Donkey Kong Jr. would be an interesting one, even if, like, it could be, if it's an Echo, they could easily do it as an Echo, so I could see it happening. Donkey Kong Jr., the other two, Bubbles and Mach Rider, are a little bit tougher, but like, Donkey Kong Jr. as an Echo has a chance, but the other two, not so much. Like many other retro characters, like, if they're not in the base game, the likelihood of them being DLC decreases a lot. Then Terry Severinson said, I could see Wonder Red as a Mii costume. As for Crash or Spyro, I could only see either one of them getting in, but them getting in, but only one of them. You did pronounce my last name in the last video correctly. Thank you for telling me. That's great. Again, I still say I hope I don't butcher names, because I mean, here's the thing, like, if I say my name on the internet, a lot of people are going to say my second name probably correctly, because it's said all the time, but the first one probably not. It's very Portuguese, and I'm pretty sure some people will start calling me by the Spanish version of it, because they heard of it already. But Jesus, that was a bad one. But with Wonder Red being a costume, unfortunately, I also think that might be it. If, like, the reason I made that video was like, if they're making a remake or a port or a sequel, then they could probably, like, the one thing I forgot to mention was that, I think I forgot to mention, it's been a week and I've been sick, so I apologize if I said this in the last video. In the Nintendo marketing still remembers 101. When they introduced Hideki Kamiya as the producer of Astral Chain, it said Bayonetta and Wonderful 101. They could have chosen an insurmountable amount of other games. DMC, for example, they could have literally said, this guy made Bayonetta and Devil May Cry, but no, they went with Wonderful 101. I don't know how they made the connect. Why did they choose 101? Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's one of the Wii U ports. Actually, there's like 3 games on the Wii U that need to be ported right now, and 101 is one of them, so hopefully it is that. But yeah, maybe, I mean, I would still be happy with a Mii costume, honestly. 101 deserves better. it deserves a second chance on a bigger system, with a properly marketed, maybe with a better, I don't know, like they have to fix them, they have to change the game a lot because it relies so much on the gamepad. Like that, there's something they could change the game, not too much. It doesn't need a lot of changes, but if they make the right amount of changes, it could be great. Especially if they include two-player co-op, which could be like, oh, by the way, in other if you play, like, there's some sections of that game that like you needed to play with the second screen or both screens actually. So maybe they could do that, like, oh, in co-op, like this part of the game where you're in the giant cube, like one player, you can even give directions if you're just using the D-pad or something. If you're not using voice chat, and the other player just does inside the box. Jesus, we need to stop. Jesus, okay. No, anyway, thank you guys for watching. This will be it for this video. I'll see you guys next time when I think I'm gonna be doing indie characters. So thank you guys for watching. I've been the Wedge of the S, and hey, leave in the comments some suggestions for some characters because I'm starting to run out of it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, indies next week. I hope I said indies and you could hear it. I know I said indies. I hope you could hear it. That's what I meant. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.